Okay, that World War II Dexter's paper, make sure you put your name on it, okay? I've already had one turned in with your name. I have no idea if I'm gonna find out whose that one is, but make sure your name's at the top of it. That's your project paper. I need your Dexter's paper. Okay, if you guys finish up your Dexter's paper, please try to bring that to me. Remember, this is due this morning or due today when you come to me. Yeah, and the next time we'll do it is at recess. Morning. Hurry, Clay. No. 10 pounds. So you decide. So that's all of your homework. So get your toilet paper. That's just their name. So the facts are like sentences. So what's your right, like she was like you explained who she is and what she did. Like just a picture of it. It's there. You have to read it. It's just not in any particular order, baby. It's like you have to look at it. Answer. Go to your social site and all your requirements are listed there. give it to your homeroom teacher. Okay, so give it to your teacher. What?
We gotta take it to the front.
Okay. Well, honestly, I don't feel like we need to all go at once. So let's just give it to our homeroom teacher and then we'll send it up to the office.
I'm
Okay.
going to do
Well, we're still gonna send them at one time, which is no reason for us to send them.
It should be in your office, the one we've done the last 2 weeks. I've got it. Are you ready for it? What you do is make sure you read all the directions, because a lot of people don't like doing this part and reading it. Make sure you use these words. There'll be 4 on this side, 3 on this side. Okay, here there'll be 2 words A and B. Finish it real quick. Guys, make sure you make your lunch choice if you have not done that. Jacob, did you get it correct? Figure out. Well, there's chocolate here. But thank you anyway. Zoe's. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so I did that. Feeling good. And your house, I don't know. Or maybe ask around if anybody has one. Extra sausage. Everybody made your lunch choice? If you haven't, please come do that. John, can you make it? Why don't you just walk around? You have time to. Grace. You take this bottle and get some water. I think. Morning, Ray. Riley, did you bring your phone?
Yes.
And you just. Okay, you want to take it out?
I have that same shirt. Wait, did you get it from Tom Lennon? Yeah, I have that shirt.
On her mini trips to the Rainbow Mall. Right, Trey?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, cool. I got Emily some of those for Christmas. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Guys, y'all got a lot of stuff to do for Miss Fowler, so make sure you're working on that. Sorry, I didn't have that pulled up. How are you, Clay? Morning. Bonnie, don't get my phone. Chloe, do you have your Friday phone? No, I don't want to see it. Oh, I don't want to see it. I saw it enough when you showed me the Band-Aid. Now, if you were showing my sister, she's a nurse. She doesn't love to see it. Lunch, breakfast. I guess if she wants to know more about it, she can call the school, because Miss Davis, Miss Carol Davis is the one that. It's just basically to get you ready for status. I do it every year. Did you do it last year? Probably, because the state requires a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, we do it every year.
Teachers have to go through the same stuff, we have to go through training every single year, no matter how long we've been teaching, we have to be trained as well. Trailer, you for the, trailer, put it right here.
Dexter's paper, if you have not finished your Dexter's paper, and you know you're gonna have to still work on that recess, can you go ahead and raise your hand? And then I'm gonna make sure that I have everybody else's. Okay, so I need, yes. Alright, so I've got Lady, Houston, Jonathan. Yes, we have. Alright, so that means I should be able to find everybody else's, right?
Wait, I just still have to do it.
You haven't finished yours? Isaac? Okay. Alright, I wanna do this first, because I do need these. So, I don't know why they put those ones in there, that's crazy. Not those, those, not that. Not in here. Chloe, that's not my Chloe. I have one donated, so I'm gonna see who that is. Tracy. Jeremiah. Cadence. Ashton. I haven't come to any of yours yet. Joshua. There's Joshua. Alright, so I have Joshua. I have Jacob. I have Jensen's not in this box. I have Jaren's. Gracie. Rain. Traylee. Sky. And that's it. Okay, this is for music grade, so I do have to have it. Really important that I have it. My new name. Okay. want to do today, I want to get through a few more of these. We are on the tail end of World War II, so there's so much stuff that we learned about. A lot of you doing a lot of stuff with your projects. Is that everybody started on your project? Okay. If you have it, this weekend is your weekend. Don't panic if you haven't. You still got time, but it's due next Wednesday. Okay, so you can't wait. I need all Chromebooks closed. We're not working on our reductions research now. Okay. And you can't give me the excuse, well, Miss Fowler, I don't take my Chromebook home, because I've had several students in my homeroom that have not, and in all homerooms, that have not taken their Chromebooks home that have finished this Dexter's paper. So that's not an excuse. And for those of you who do take your Chromebooks home, you have no excuse. Yes.
If you finish your project, you don't have to.
I want you to wait until the 15th, because I don't have room for all those projects. I don't have a place for them to stay. So, yeah, I will have places in the hallway where we're going to display those for a couple of weeks, but I don't have that stuff set up yet. So please wait until next Wednesday before you bring your project in. I'm still going to provide you at least 2 more days to work on your Google Slide presentations. You had this morning to work on that as well. And then you might want to work on it at home. Now, the reason I'm giving time in class is mainly for those kids that don't take Chromebooks home. Those of you who have your Chromebooks at home, you don't have any excuses, right? You've got to get in there and do it. What? How many of you have already probably finished your Google Slide presentations? Yeah. Okay. And I'll bet, Jacob, have you worked on it at all at home? All in school. He's gotten it done. All right. So anytime your teachers say any makeup work, this is makeup work. Your Google Slide presentation, that's makeup work. Things that's going to be due that you need to have time. Okay. So that's what you can use that to get that stuff worked on. Okay. All right. Now we're going to talk about the U.S. here. I was going to try to get the globes out today, but I feel like I still need to make sure you have some time to get outside to work on Jettoy. So I'm not going to do the globes today, but we will eventually, because I want you to see on the globe where all these countries are. Okay. So the United States had a tough problem, right? After Pearl Harbor, we had 2 very different enemies. We had Japan, which we wanted to go after. Okay. But they're off the coast of California, the Pacific Ocean. They're that way. But then we also have, when we declared war on Japan, the allies of the Axis power, Italy and Germany, also declared war on us. So we also had to send troops to the East Coast, to Europe. So America had to send troops both places, that way. All right, so we had to have some go this way, we had to have some go that way. So we had to have a plan. All right, so we had 3 kind of fronts of attack, and that's what they call it, a front. You know, I know you talked about that in weather last year, but fronts of attack means like our strategy, our plan to win this war. We couldn't just go, okay, we're going to send our troops in and hope for the best. You have to plan things out. You have to know exactly what you're going to do. So North Africa is where Italy had basically taken over and claimed part of the plan. Okay, part of that land. That's where Mussolini had done that. So we were going to attack him here. All right, we wanted to open up that second front. We wanted to come up underneath Italy and kind of push Mussolini back. All right, that was our first plan. That was called Operation Torch. What was that called?
Operation Torch.
Operation Torch. They each had their own little nicknames or whatever, and that was so that they wouldn't, they wouldn't have to, we still can't keep it secret. All right, and then in the Pacific, okay, we already know this. To get closer to Japan, our planes couldn't just take off and go attack. What was the strategy we had to use? What?
Island hopping.
Island hopping. You're inside. What does that mean? All right, so we use island hopping. Let me see you hop. We hop to one island. Okay, we attack, we blow up, do whatever we needed to, kick the Japanese off, build airfields, then we take off, and then we hop to the next island. Okay. Now, what would happen if there was an island that was covered up with Japanese? Would we try to attack that island? No, we would just go around it. That's why it was called island hopping. So we chose our islands purposely. We didn't have to defeat the Japanese at every single island. That wasn't our goal. Our goal was to get close enough to the homeland, Japan. Okay. If we could take Japan and make them surrender, then it didn't matter how many islands they had control over. So we just got closer, and if there was one that Japan, we just went around them and just hopped our way closer until we could bomb Japan. All right, so that was our strategy here. And then in Europe, we invaded France. France was an ally that got taken down by Germany pretty early in the war, okay? Almost at the same time when, Hitler and Stalin, all that stuff was kind of happening, okay? So we invaded France on D-Day and pushed German forces out of France. I want to point out this guy right here, because he does become a president. That is Dwight D. Eisenhower. All right, he is going to be the leader of D-Day. He was the supreme commander over all the Allied forces that landed on D-Day. So I'm gonna let you see one little quick video of D-Day and kind of see some of it. I have better photos later that I'll show you in just a second. Well, actually, let me go ahead and show you one of these. This is D-Day. Okay, can you look at that? Can you see that? You see this is why this is the largest by air, by land, and by the sea invasion in history. We've never had anything like that before. And the whole thing was just, we wanted to try to overwhelm the German forces in France and push them back. So many ships, so many things. And I was trying to find my particular one. I found several that had real footage of D-Day, but none of them showed the scope. Like, it showed the American troops arriving, which is pretty cool to see, but it wasn't going to help you see this. And I found one last year, and I don't know, it seems like it's been taken off of YouTube, but it was actual footage of that day, and it showed all of these troops. And I'm still looking for it. And as soon as I find it, I'll show it to you, but it's just not showing up right now in my search.
It says when it had the invasion of Normandy, it was on June 6th. That was the day before my mom's.
Oh, was it really? Okay, good deal. By the way, this is, so those of you who did the Battle of Iwo Jima, this is that volcanic island right there. You see the volcano in the background of them looking for it. And it was just an island, it wasn't that big or whatever. But remember, this one was not as easy as we thought, because where were the Japanese hiding? Underneath the ground. Very good. The Battle of Britain, so this literally happened in London, and that's what you had troops. You had British troops constantly on the lookout. What were they looking for?
Bomber planes.
Bomber planes from Germany, okay? And they would come at all times during the day, during the night, whatever. And their whole goal, Hitler was trying his best to make Churchill to surrender, okay? But that never happened. All right, and then here's the Battle of Stalingrad. You can notice the snow on the ground. Remember that the winter is actually what helped defeat the Germans, because when winter hit, the Russian troops had the hats and the coats and all that stuff ready to do it, because Germany did push in. They were winning at first. They had a lot of successes against Russia, but then winter hit, and then the tides turned. Okay, so Germany was not prepared for that. The troops were, and Russia was. So Battle of Stalingrad was a real good victory for Russia over Hitler. All right, and then let me show you this one. The Battle of Midway. We talked about aircraft carriers. This is an aircraft carrier. So the other thing I'm going to show you, besides a picture, the little movie of D-Day, is I'm going to show you information about the Battle of Midway. And it actually has actual footage of Midway. And you're going to see, why was this so important? What did Japan lose here? 4 aircraft carriers. And the Battle of Midway actually started off as a surprise. It was Japan's surprise attack against the United States. They were trying to get rid of those aircraft carriers. Because remember, did they get them at Pearl Harbor? No. And they knew that this is what carries all these planes. And so if America still could fight right now. And so they needed to get these aircraft carriers out of the equation. So they were trying to trap them, and it backfires on them. So we're gonna see a little bit about that. Okay. All right, so let me show you this. Let's see if I can get this to exit out. And we'll start with D-Day. Loud enough for you.
World War II, June 6, 1944. By June 6, 1944, the Allies had landed 150,000 men in Normandy. 5 beaches were secure, and the troops were pushing in. The Allies had gained air and sea superiority. However, the landing forces were not as strong as they could have been due to limited landing craft and paratroop aircraft. To combat this, months of intensive air attacks were carried out against railway lines, roads, and bridges across France with the aim of making it difficult for the Germans to move reinforcements easily into Normandy. At the same time, a deception was in motion to convince the Germans that the Allies were planning to land further east in the Pas-de-Calais region. These strategies were both a success. Allied Supreme Commander General Dwight D. Eisenhower led 3 million men, 13,000 aircraft, 2,500 landing craft, and 1,200 warships. New equipment included 2 tank variants, the obstacle crossing tank and the bunker busting tank used on the Anglo-Canadian beaches. In addition to this, amphibious tanks were used by all attack formations. Follow-up formations would use the Mulberry Harbors with the fuel supplied by Pluto, standing for Pipeline Under the Ocean. The Germans were aware of an Allied invasion, but lacked any intel of where it would be coming from or its strength. Field Marshal Erwin Rommel commanded the German forces in northern France and believed that his only chance was to defeat the invading force before it got ashore. He wanted to spread his reserves along the coast so that they could attack the landing forces straight away, as the Allied air forces would make it difficult to redeploy more distant units. Rommel's superior, Commander-in-Chief West Field Marshal Gerd von Rundstedt, meanwhile wanted a strong central reserve that would be sent in once it was obvious where the main Allied landings were taking place. In the end, there was a compromise. Some reserves were near the Normandy coast, but were not allowed to be deployed without permission from Hitler. The landings. There were 5 landing areas: Utah and Omaha, which involved U.S. troops, and Gold, Juno, and Sword, which involved British and Canadian troops. 2 U.S. airborne divisions landed by parachute and glider inland from Utah, and 1 British airborne division on the east flank of Sword. They took most of their objectives and disrupted possible German counterattacks. On Omaha Beach, German resistance was the most fierce, with heavy Allied casualties. But by the end of the day, the beach was clear. Utah Beach was the easiest to clear, while the other 3 beaches were somewhere in between. It was important for the Allied troops to gain as much territory as possible to make room for the follow-up forces. The inland advance later in the day, however, came up short of the D-Day objectives of Caen and Bayeux. There would be much harder fighting in the days to come. Subscribe to see more history videos. Get simple history.
Alright, so there's that one, and then I want you to see the Battle of Midway. I don't know if we're gonna get to watch all of this, but I'm hoping we'll get to watch. This is like a 4-minute thing, but I'm hoping it'll.
It's on you.
Oops, sorry.
The aircraft Japan strikes Pearl Harbor, and America is at war. The aircraft carrier Enterprise leads the U.S. Navy as it strikes back. Now Enterprise is about to face the massive Japanese fleet at Midway. The main force of Japanese ships headed toward Midway include 4 aircraft carriers, 7 battleships, 150 support ships, 248 carrier aircraft, and some 15 submarines. The American Armada is substantially smaller: 3 aircraft carriers, 50 support ships, 233 carrier aircraft, 127 land-based aircraft on Midway Island, and 8 submarines, outnumbered nearly 2 to 1. 6 months after Pearl Harbor, this is all that is left of America's Navy. The carriers were not present at the sneak attack.
Japanese realize U.S. Navy aircraft carriers are still out there and are still dangerous. So what we need to do is get rid of their aircraft carriers and then set up one more outpost further out in the Eastern Pacific.
Dawn, June 4th, 1942. USS Enterprise floats near the exact center of the Pacific. A force of 109 Japanese aircraft appear over the atoll. They tear into the American base. 7 a.m. Reports of the attack on Midway reach the Enterprise. The flyers scramble to prepare for their launch. They'll have to fly nearly 2 hours to reach the Japanese ships. The Japanese carriers are hit by bombers.
I aimed at the big red circle at the front.
Enterprise's first attack on the Japanese fleet is breathtaking. The outnumbered flyers of Enterprise have wreaked havoc on the Imperial aircraft carriers.
He can look back and he can see the 3 big balls of fire. There were the 3 Japanese ships that were on fire.
Now there's only 1 Japanese carrier left, the Hiryu. Just before 11 a.m., Hiryu launches its bombers, a retaliatory strike. The first American carrier that lands in the Hiryu bomber sights is USS Yorktown. 3 bombs make direct hits on Yorktown's flight deck. At mid-afternoon, a second wave of bombers arrives from the Hiryu. 2 of the torpedoes score direct hits on Yorktown's port side. The listing deck is a serious problem for Yorktown's flyers. The angle means the Yorktown's aircraft have no place to land. There's only one hope for the stranded flyers of Yorktown, the deck of Enterprise. But there's one more enemy carrier out there. After more than an hour in the air, the dive bombers from Enterprise and Yorktown come in range of Hiryu. When the piece dives, it's a direct hit. The bow of Hiryu is torn apart. Fire spreads below decks. The Japanese Navy chooses to sink her. Admiral Yamamoto's plan to trap the American carriers has backfired spectacularly. In a single battle, 4 Japanese carriers are sunk. 1 cruiser is scuttled, 228 Japanese aircraft destroyed, and 3,000 Japanese sailors and crewmen are killed. Although the American losses include 1 destroyer, the carrier Yorktown, it is the most surprising victory in the annals of U.S. naval warfare. The epic naval clash off Midway Island changed the face of the Pacific War. It proved that America could not only fight back, it could win. Admiral Yamamoto and the Japanese High Command are shaken. They have awoken the giant and felt its wrath.
Young people in large numbers came out.
I like the last one.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing, is remember, there was nobody that the United States hated more than the Japanese during this time. Okay, like that was, they were gonna do whatever they could to take them out. Okay, very quickly, yeah, guy.
Whenever it was talking about like the USS Yorktown sinking, I do remember, like, because I went on to the Yorktown in Charleston, and the reason that it's not, underwater right now is because they rebuilt it.
Yeah, so that's not the original Yorktown that's in there. So this is I guess they recommissioned, I guess maybe in honor of it. I forgot that too, because I read that story when I went on there. But I think this one was, they named it the second one of it, I guess. So,
And they have pictures of when it was tilted over,
mhm.
and the soldiers just walking around on the deck.
Yeah,
Trying
that would be
to get
crazy,
off.
right? When it's like, you're like, ooh. The fact that it still stayed up, that was pretty amazing too. Okay, all right. And then one last thing before we switch over to Jet Toy, and then I'm gonna have you guys come in and have a little bit more time to work on your Dexter's paper, your research paper, and all that stuff. So we're not gonna spend all of our 30 minutes out there for Jet Toy. So you're gonna be really intentional with what you need to do. I don't want you to worry about regrading, okay? I want you to work on just getting all 4 of your things done when you get out there, okay? Not just trying to regrade. We already talked about the Holocaust. We talked about the Japanese internment camps. We're going to talk about them, the Tuskegee Airmen. But today what I want to really focus on is the Navajo Code Talkers, okay? All right, so we already talked a little bit about that every country needed a way to come up with a code that could not be broken. And all the codes were broken before the United States came up with this, the Navajo Code Talkers. Remember I told you the first computer and the internet were all born during World War II, okay? That the first computer took up about the whole size of this room. It was huge. It was a huge processor that literally just constantly ran and broke codes. And it was how we were able to break a lot of the codes of the enemy. Okay, so we came up with this idea, and the idea was to take, I think it says 29 Navajo men worked for the Marine Corps, and they created the code. So they got in a room and they basically created a code that only they would understand. It was never, their language is never written down in a book, anything like that. No way that people could search it up and find out and break it. So it was the only code that was never actually broken. So I want to show you a clip from the movie Wind Talkers. This movie's PG-13, kind of like Pearl Harbor. So it's not a movie that I can show all of it to you. But it does point out something that was how seriousness of this code talking. So the guy that you're going to see, every one of these code talkers, guys, they were so valuable and so important. And the Japanese figured out that, okay, the United States have these code talkers. We need to capture one of these code talkers. We got to figure out this code. And so each one of those code talkers were assigned a bodyguard, if you want to think of it that way. And their job was to protect that code talker at all costs. And if all else fails, not to allow that code talker to be taken prisoner. Okay, so they were to protect the code at all possible. And I know that sounds crazy, but 1 life or 2 lives versus the lives of thousands and thousands of American soldiers. What do you protect? So no matter what, they were going to try their best. They were going to die trying to protect that code talker, but they were not going to allow that code talker to be taken prisoner. So this movie kind of shows how that would have worked. Okay, this little clip, like 2 seconds. They're in the middle of a battle, and they are pinned down by the Japanese. And so you're going to hear the American tell the code talker, hey, we need to shoot a bomb, da, 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 da. And then he's going to talk back and forth in the Navajo language with that code. and kind of see this. So this will give you an idea of what the code talkers and how it works.
It's on mute again. Yeah, it's on mute.
Ah, sorry, my bad. Sorry, y'all. I forgot that one word up there. Talking to another code talker. Talking to another code talker. Okay, so you see a little bit of how that worked and how they could, say, hey, I need you to shoot this coordinates, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, whatever, and they could never pinpoint down with that, and that code was never broken. Yes.
I went to the one in Charleston and we went to where like they put like the palm tree so people protected it. I saw it in the movie. See like you can see a little bit of the palm tree branch.
Yeah.
Because like right when the Japanese came and like shoot like it was like fired out because the palm trees are so strong.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's true. All right. If you guys will head back to your seats, including my big Joe, go ahead and get all that stuff back. And I'm going to give you about 20 minutes outside, but I want to talk to you first before you move. Okay, you have today and tomorrow as your last 2 days to get your car ready for the jet toy competition. Okay? Excuse me. You have to get your car going for distance. And I had found out yesterday, I don't know if you guys do this, but I had a lot of groups that kind of forgot what they were doing. Clicks should not be on our head. Okay, every time I see clicks, it's like 5 minutes, so please make sure you don't have your on your head. Okay, distance is when you don't have a penny weight, you don't have anything, you don't need all the extra tubes, just one tube. You're trying to get your car to go as fast as you can, not really fast, but as far as it can, okay? And not to hit the wall. Weight is where you're gonna add a penny weight on that car, and then you're gonna still try to make it go as far as you can, okay? Accuracy, you're trying to get it to stop 3 times in a row in the X, and you decide how much air. For all these other challenges, you must use the square. So I've had a lot of groups testing their car without using the square. That's really bad, right? Because you're not really seeing how it does. Make sure you use the square for distance, for weight, and for time. Accuracy is the only one that you don't have to use the square for. And then time, you're trying to get it to go for as many seconds as possible. All right, any questions? All right, no time to waste. I'm gonna set the timer 20 minutes. That works.
We built a new car. Fix that. Because we had to. Oh my God, don't push me.
Lady Houston, Johnson, Isaac, Joe, Mason, and Nathan. You guys are working on Dexter's research. You don't remember turning it in, do you? Really love that class average right now. I know, I'm just kicking us all out. I don't know why it's doing that, but. Anybody else still, is it still letting you play it, or are they kicking you out? Because this is what it's doing to my screen right now.
Don't let him.
It's letting me.
Okay, if it's still letting you play, keep playing, but I can't see anything, like I think it's about to crash, but don't do that for sure.
Please don't crash, I got my phone.
Yeah, if you finish, then you can show me your score, and then I'll try to, when it kicks back up, I'll try to run a report. It will let you try saving and exiting and saving it. Yeah, you can. That way you can come back to it. Alright, and then go ahead and get all your stuff together. Those who are working on your dumpsters, so you can go ahead and put this in your red folder. I never shoot it. I need it for the end as well. Right, so you need to clean up the scissors, if you put out tape, if you put in there, the tube, if you put in there. I don't even know how to stop it. don't know.
So while they're doing. So we're gonna close all that. Look, y'all, the only tab I want open is whatever you're on. So when they go to extra math, it's a different. So when they go to extra math, you go there. To work on stuff. Did you get any done last night? Okay, bring me what you got and you can check them off. What's your mastery on? Okay, then you get to an 80 comes in. What's your mastery on transactions? What's your mastery on the transactions? You got that. Wayne, you're on division, right? What's your mastery? Okay, keep working on it. Have you been the honors? Okay, keep going to an 80. What do we want to do better? Marvelous. I'm not sure who out here talking, but you need to zip it. M17. So go on M17. Or we'll go back to fourth grade first. We'll actually do 14 first. And then come back. We'll do R14 and bring it back. R14. Let's see what that is. You whatever you want to try something. Vision. You should have test connections. Did you find your stuff? Yeah, quickly. You don't need nothing. Well, if you're sitting over there, just leave. You come up here and work on that, so you'll get done. We don't have time to talk, folks. Maybe you're still on that. So let's see, Hayden, come here, see what I want you to work on. Sixth grade, page 1. Jacob, come here. So actually, you're going to sixth grade, page 1. Joshua, K1, sixth grade. Gracie, see where you go on pen 2. Okay, then go to, I'll look at them in a minute, go to N8 and see. N8 will be the next one. Jaren, you're going to sixth grade K1. So, let's see, Kaden, you're on Excel, Chloe on multiplying fractions, Jacob, Excel, Houston, Houston got it dividing fractions. Jonathan, Rain, you're on division, Bonnie, or put you on Bonnie. Okay. Kyle, you're on division, right? Last, and come back here and work on bring from the work on quizzes. Mason, Trailer, your division, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sadie is doing something. Josh is on myself. Finish that. Finish that, because you got stuff over here to do. Everybody should have something to do. So we can get this list. Eric, should already been doing them at home, I mean, because we was in recess for weeks. You just got to get. Yeah, and then I'll give you another one. When you get done. If you're on the sixth grade one, when you get done, let me know. Okay, then come back here with just yourself and work through it. On the K2. Okay, two. K6. Can you tell me what you're doing? What are you doing? No. I ask a question. What are you doing?
Gonna do it.
So why are you not already there? Sir?
Because I just.
No, you did not. No, you did not. There was no reason for you to even be on that other page, was there? Sir?
Yeah.
No, there was not. I guess you come back during activity. If you don't want to do it in class, you can do it as activity. I'm not like my hand, I mean, probably needs to air out too. Just leave that one alone. Hey, if you are on an IXL or something, you need to give me, sit over your score book and come see me. So IXL or Bacon Academy. Okay, you're good. I'm not working on you, but you're good. Okay. All right. So if you got 80% on Macon Academy, make sure you let me know. If you finish an IXL that I need to mark, let me know. Y'all bring me, stop it. Finish the problem you're on. And then, hey, you don't have to show me your Khan Academy or your IXL to close your Chromebook.
All right, so this was your study guide for last night. I had sent Dojo parent messages and I posted this on Google Classroom, hoping that you guys would get the message to study. We do have a quiz today, but listen, you're going to be fine, okay? I'm going to give you 5 minutes right now on the study guide, in case you did not study last night. Then we're also going to do a review activity to help you practice a little more in class. Then we'll take the quiz. You guys will be fine, okay? So I'm going to be quiet and give you 5 minutes on the study guide right now, okay? Take 5 minutes. Okay, guys, take out something, leave your Chromebooks open, and take out something to write with that is not a regular pencil. So it can be a colored pencil, a pen, a marker, a highlighter if it has to be. Don't use an Expo marker because we're going to be writing on paper. Do not use an Expo marker, but something other than a regular pencil that you'll be able to write with. Okay, Caden, Houston, Jonathan, or Nathan. Y'all have your all-star reading log to turn in to me. Y'all are the only ones I'm waiting for to get 5th grade tickets. Y'all are holding us up. What's the holdup? Where's it at, Houston? You got it? Take it out. We're going to fill it in. Nathan, take your paper out. Caden, take your paper out. I need these today. Jonathan, take paper out. Okay, I'm gonna come and help you in a minute. Nathan, get your paper. I'm gonna come and help you get it filled out in a minute, okay? So, Caden and Jonathan, I hope y'all remember the ones we filled out together. We filled out some books together. We're gonna fill that out and get it turned in today. Y'all hold up. Y'all hold up the whole 5th grade from getting tickets. Okay, y'all the only ones I'm waiting on. All right. Okay, so let me explain to you what you're gonna do on here. And while you guys are working to fill this in, this is what we're using with something other than a regular pencil, okay? I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna fill this in. While you guys are filling this in, I'm gonna bring by the candy bucket for the people who turned your work into me yesterday. Yes, y'all, when I'm not here, I'm still checking work. Surprise, surprise, huh? Y'all should know that about me by now. When I'm not here, I am still checking work. So I really appreciate the ones of you who turned your work in on time to me yesterday. I'm bringing by the candy bucket in a moment for those people. All right, everybody take a word sheet. Okay, so with our root words, suffixes, and prefixes, there are 19 of them total. Here's how we get 19. There are 17 of them listed right there, but there's 2 words that have 2 words, right? So the one that's ped and pod, you're going to put ped in one box and pod in a different box, okay? Put the regular pencil away for me, Houston. Regular pencil, no, that's right. You need it for that. I'm coming by. Okay? If you're not Hayden, Jonathan, Nathan, or Houston, put your regular pencils away, right? Okay. All right. So ped and pod go in 2 separate boxes, and then scribe or scrib and script go in 2 separate boxes. Y'all tracking with me on that? That's how you're going to have 19 words. Now, the ibble and able goes in the same box. Ibble, able goes in one box, but ped and pod are 2 different boxes. Scrib or scribe and script are 2 different boxes. Y'all tracking with me? So altogether, you have 19. You're going to list the 19 root words, prefixes, and suffixes, 1 in each box. Not the meaning of the words, just the root word, prefix, or suffix. Y'all see how this is done? Not the meaning of the words. Y'all see that? You're going to put 1 word in each box. There are 19 boxes on here, which means you're only going to use each word how many times? Once. You may only use each word once, okay? All right, y'all start filling them in. I'll give you a few minutes. You can write fingers. Houston, did you turn one of these in yesterday? Because none of them have your name on. Lots of them have no name on. Which one's yours? Write that title in your reading. Nathan, did you turn a reading log in yesterday? Did you read a book yesterday? Because you were supposed to. Well, then I can't help you on that, baby. Hold it out. When you read a book today, I want you to write the title down, okay? You know what thing on that one? Hey, I'll take another minute. Get them all filled in. Yes, thank you, Charlie. Okay, y'all take one more minute, finish filling in your words. What now? You're supposed to have just enough words. Okay, let's fill this out. Did you turn in reading log yesterday? Okay, write those down. Have you read them or started reading them? Oh, I read this one. Okay, good. Yeah, write this down. Okay, once you have all your boxes filled in, put all your writing utensils away. Nathan, you read this book in reading group. Write this title down.
I did.
Write that down as your first one, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. That's so cool. Got it? Thank you. Okay, so Kaden, when we, during the can do column today is that you can read. I want you to read and get those two books filled in on your reading log, okay? Got it? Jonathan? Okay, all writing utensils away. Patience is awaited. All right. So. Okay, so here's what we're doing. Instead of bingo, we're playing Wordo. I am going to call out the meanings of the root words, prefixes, or suffixes. Just use what you have, okay? Put this one. I'm going to call out the meanings of the root words, prefixes, or suffixes. If you have the matching root word, prefix, or suffix that goes with the meaning that I call out, then you're going to cover it. So in the middle of your tables, you have boxes with the little chips to cover your boards with, or baggie. Y'all have a baggie, okay? Of course, everybody can cover the free space. So I'm going to call out meanings. When I call out the meaning of that root word, prefix, or suffix, you're going to cover it on your chart. When you have 4 in a row covered, then you're going to say Wordo. It's not bingo, it's Wordo, okay? Wordo, all right? Here's how you're going to get 4 in a row covered. So on your charts, going across, you only have 4 boxes, right? So if you get 1 full row going across, that's your 4 boxes. In the columns going up and down, there are 5 boxes. But if you get 4 boxes in a same column covered, then you can say Wordo. That gives you like a little freebie word if you're filling in columns going up and down. You may get diagonal with the free space. Here is what I mean by that. You could get here, 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 and here. Let me show you again. Here, 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 here. Y'all see what I'm saying? Here, 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 here. That makes a diagonal row of 4. Y'all see what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you could go here, 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 here. That makes a diagonal row of 4. Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all with me on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it can be 1 row of 4 going across. It can be a diagonal row of 4. It can be a column of 4 going up and down as long as you have 4 of those words covered. Now, I know that we use ped and pod in 2 different boxes. So when I call out the meaning of ped or pod, you're going to cover them both. Wherever they are on your chart, cover both. When I call out the meaning of scribe or scrib and script, you're going to cover them both. When you have 4 in a row, it can be up and down, going across, or diagonal. If you have 4 in a row, you're going to say Wordo. Now, we cannot have multiple winners on one round. So you have to be quick to say Wordo to make sure you're the first person in that round to say it. Because there might be several people who win on one definition, and all of a sudden 4 people are saying Wordo. But if you're the first person to say it, that's the person whose board I'm going to look at first. Only 1 person wins per round. Question?
How many rounds are we?
I don't know. Question?
So I thought that you forgot one, even hydro and hydro. So when you say the meaning of water, do you go for hydro and awkward?
Those are 2 different meanings. Yes.
What if when somebody calls Wordo, what if you hear 2 people at the same time?
That hasn't happened yet today.
Okay.
Here we go. The meaning of this prefix is 2. The meaning of this suffix is can be done. Y'all, look at your own paper and keep your mouth quiet. Do not tell each other the answers. That just defeats the purpose of us trying to practice this way. Because on the quiz, you can't tell them the answer. Okay, I'll say that one again. The meaning of this suffix is can be done. The meaning of this prefix is with or together. The meaning of this suffix is act of. Okay, let's see if she has it. Don't move your chips yet. Okay, she has it. So y'all clear your chips, and Bonnie, you can come get your prize from up here. Okay, y'all clear your chips. We'll play another round.
This is really fun.
Of course, the free space can be covered every round. The meaning of this root word is time. The meaning of this root word is foot. The meaning of this root word is water. Okay, we're going to keep playing to let somebody else win, okay? Bonnie, you can keep playing, but let's let somebody else win, okay? The meaning of this suffix is fear. The meaning of this suffix is full of or likely. Y'all, listen. Y'all, please don't mumble wordo to me because then I get confused as to what's like. But also, let me finish my meaning and then say it, okay? All right. So free space and then head. Yep. All right. He's got it. So you can go pick the prize and y'all clear your boards. Play another round. Y'all, there's 2 chips on the floor at table 2. Will y'all pick those up, please? Y'all, please don't drop my chips. Make sure to keep it up with them. I actually borrowed them from the Sunday. All right, the meaning of this root word, okay, we got it again. The meaning of this root word is foot. The meaning of this prefix is to. The meaning of this prefix is not. The meaning of this root word is one or single. The meaning of this suffix is act of. The meaning of this prefix is three.
What?
Okay. Zoe has it. So Zoe, go ahead and pick your prize. Y'all clear your boards. We'll play one last round. The meaning of this root word is write or written. The meaning of this root word is time. We talked about that, Chloe. The meaning of this suffix is full of or likely. The meaning of this prefix is twice. The meaning of this prefix is opposite.
Word of.
All right, check. Okay, she does not have it yet. Okay, we'll keep going. The meaning of this root word is speak. The meaning of this suffix is fear. Fear of.
What of?
The meaning of this prefix is with or together. Somebody mumbled it over here, I think, first. Okay, y'all, that's why I say you've got to be loud, because actually Jaren said it louder. I just wasn't sure, okay? All right, let's see what we got. Guys, y'all are talking over there. Why? Continuously, nonstop. Why? Okay, Gracie has it. Gracie, go pick your prize. And y'all put your bingo chips away back in the boxes or the baggie. And then close the boxes or baggies. Check the floors, the table. Make sure we get all the chips put away. Okay, and then get your Word-O sheets, stack them together in one stack. And I'll come collect those while you guys get started on your quiz. Okay, so our must-do column today. I know that it's Cold Read Tuesday, but I'm omitting Cold Read today so that we have time for our quiz. But listen, I need everybody to listen to me. Listen. Your first assignment is to complete your root words, prefixes, and suffixes test/quiz that's posted for today. When that is finished, you'll work on any makeup work that you owe me. I will put the makeup work chart up. If your name is up there, you need to work and get work done. Y'all, some names have been up there. About to just get zeros on those assignments, okay? Get your work done if you owe it to me. If you're finished with everything in the must-do column, you'll move to the can-do column. The can-do column today, your options are to read on Epic or Wonderopolis or read a book. But listen to me about this can-do column today, okay? Is everybody listening? All right. So, tomorrow is the writing benchmark. Therefore, I will not get to see your class tomorrow. So, because I didn't get to see my Monday, Wednesday group yesterday, I'm going to try to get my Monday, Wednesday group today. Because I can't see you tomorrow, and next Monday you guys are not here. Which means I can't see my Monday, Wednesday group again until next Wednesday. I'm also supposed to see my Friday group today. I realize that, okay? So we're going to see what we can get. We're going to get it, okay? But just remember, if you already have your literature circle assignment, you know to be working on it. My Thursday group and my Friday group I didn't need to meet with today. But my Thursday group, you already have your stuff, okay? Y'all tracking with me on literature circle?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a little crazy confusing, okay? Now, for the can-do column today, if you're finished with everything for the must-do column and you don't owe me any makeup work, I am totally okay with you doing makeup work for another teacher or work for another teacher as long as you don't owe me something. Y'all tracking with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what questions do you have? I thought I might answer those questions. Anybody have questions now? Okay, go ahead and open your Chromebooks. Click on your quiz and start with that today. We all put them back in. Thank you, Joshua.